Welcome back to Enigmatica 2, and I've improved things a little bit from where we were last episode. Made a compound that has a wall that just keeps everything out. Why, you might ask? Why can't we just, do our usual house approach? Well, unfortunately, it seems you shouldn't really be sleeping in this pack. Apparently mobs get harder if you sleep. In fact, they'll get harder anyway, but sleeping just accelerates the process, and so does actually moving quite far away from the spawns, so yeah, you're going to want to get better equipment before you go too far. That health that it scales up does cap out at around 250, I think. 250 hearts, that is. So we're going to need something pretty extreme to get the end game sort of mobs out here. What's in here? Did I craft? Yeah, some aluminium brass. So we're going to make some casts, and those casts will just help us not have to use clay to make the temporary versions. And as part of that, I made a couple in advance. I've made a pickaxe head cast, and also this, which is a sharpening kit, which means we can upgrade our existing stone pickaxe, not the flint one. The stone just happens to have stuff that we'll have more often, just cobblestone basically. And we can upgrade it with a sharpening kit. That'll get us a stone pickaxe, but with the ability to mine things that are iron level. So I shouldn't necessarily need the iron pickaxe with me. I'll probably keep it for now. I still have, I made an Enigmatica and a Karma, or however that's pronounced. The Karma is very, very useful. It acts as a pair of shears, so you can go and shear sheep with it. But you can also replant crops and all kinds of other things just by right-clicking. And in case, well, these actual crops do replant automatically anyway, so we don't need to worry too much about it here. But we've got little bits and pieces, and I want to make sure I gather all of these. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty fine. So some corn, some squash, some lettuce, just stuff that I've been gathering while I've been out there. And I think that's pretty much it for now. Yeah, I think we're mostly done. Okay, I left a little pool here just in case we need some water. And I've remounted lots of leaves, which is what you can do with this Karma as well, because they act like shears. You can just gather some leaves like this, and then you can just plant them on the side, in our case, on the side of our house, which is looking for a very, very wide, short tree. However, it doesn't mean that I can just gather sprouts and apples just fine, and they will just continue to grow underneath the leaves. I dug further down in our mine, and we started to get to the point where we've got some other stuff in here, and I broke into this cave system. Some more coal, obviously, copper, but if we go a little bit further down, we're now just below level 40, so in here we're starting to find other things like, for example, gold. So if I just vein mine that, not very much of it, unfortunately, but enough to get us going. And gold is actually quite useful. There's a number of items that you can make in this pack that's actually quite early, but that you're going to need later on. So let's just get a little bit further down. What I'm actually looking for is something for our quest book. 1 second, let's put that down. In our quest book, we have, well, we need the scanner first of all. That's going to be interesting. We're going to need energy for it, but we'll come back to that in a second. That's leading us on to rare ores. We have this harvest level 4 complete because we had lead ore, so we can choose bronze or iron. I'm not choosing just yet in case we need some bronze specifically. Next thing we need is osmium, and osmium is the thing I'm actually looking for now. It's in between level 20 and 40, so we just keep on going down, and we're then hopefully able to improve our tools a little bit, and that's pretty good. So also I have switched entirely across the faithful resource pack now. I quite like this, especially in non-skyblock packs. You can of course get it on the launcher, and there is a modded Faithful 32 that will just add higher level, high detailed textures for you guys when you're using modded items. So i.e. not just the basic Minecraft stuff, which you'll get with the Faithful pack itself. Alright, so I'm going to go down and see if I can find some osmium. That'll get us to the next tier, and then we'll come back once we're through there. Okay, and here's some osmium. Now you need the lead harvest level, so I had to go and then upgrade this with fortified lead, i.e. a lead sharpening kit. But other than that, we should be able to gather this now. As long as there isn't hopefully any lava around. And we get an extra quality harvest level 5. Okay, good. And we can just fill this back in. We're getting quite close to some lava. We can hear it in some water. And we're down here at Y level 21. So this should be enough for me to get basically a Osmium sharpening kit. And we can do that back at the base. Okay, so I'm using the melter whenever I need single sort of ore mixing. I don't want to actually, well, I don't think you can actually smelt in here at all. Alloy things together. I think it complains if there's something else already in here when you try to melt something new. So we're just using it for single metal melting, and that works pretty well, as I don't have to go over to the main smeltery. So let's pour that out into another sharpening kit, and this is the other advantage of having this aluminium brass cast, because it doesn't keep dying every time. Let's get another piece of flint, and let's switch this out again. So we have osmium, flint, and a stone pickaxe. Gets us a stone pickaxe with fortified osmium in it. And once we get to diamonds, I think I will go on. I think it's diamonds that adds more durability onto this, because I have this. Yeah, let's not let them come in. I have this tool station with me just so that I can repair the stone pickaxe with some stone. And that's pretty good. I did get a commenter from the last episode saying, yep, it's a good option to have. And in here, I can also get rid of these obstacles in the way that was the amber, I think. There we go. Yeah, and we can carry on down to, let's say, the next level. We can also pick up some shovel heads, and we can use that and smelt them back down to get electrum, alamite, or night slime. So I don't think I'll use the shovel heads themselves, but again, we'll leave them alone. And next, are we into obsidian? Yeah, so, well, how can we mine obsidian with just this? Because I can just make obsidian, because we've got a lava lake up there. And I don't have a bucket with me. So I guess I can carry on and just get some more ore down here. We'll come back, make some obsidian, and then upgrade again. And we get some nickel here as well. So let's just vein mine that out. Okay, that's enough for now. And carry on down. And here we are with our first diamonds, of course. So, as is the usual thing that you should do with diamonds, just scout around it a little bit, just to make sure it's not going to drop into some lava. I can't hear any around, so we should be okay. Let's vein mine it. And we get diamonds. So we're able to do, I'm not sure are we able to combine it down here? If I put a diamond, or does it need flint as well? Oh, I can actually combine it down here and increase durability. There we go. We can see what the traits are. So cheapskate stone has less durability, but the diamond upgrades it. And they will regenerate anyway, but that's only something I don't need to worry about now. So I will use one diamond, and then we should be able to just repair this up. Okay, so how much durability do you have? 628. Okay, don't know what you had before. Probably something like this stone karma, which is 128. So, yep, quite a lot more. And of course, well, we can repair it on the fly. Good, good. Okay, let's see if this is actually harvestable. So let's hear. Yep, osmium level is going to work fine. So we don't necessarily need a block breaker, but we can actually craft one now that we have diamonds. And that's in the system. So let's just get through this and pick this up. And you should be done about now. There we go. Not terribly fast, mind you, but it does let us get going. And let's take a look at the block breaker. The only one that has a recipe, it seems. Well, there's two. There's this one with Industrial 4 going, and we don't have plastics. So that can go away. However, this one needs a diamond pickaxe, which is useless to actually use, but is used as a crafting item, along with some stone and redstone. I've got some redstone down there near bedrock, so we could make that if we wanted to. Okay, so if you recall at the end of the last episode, we had to start on the various quests, and we got to this, where we have to make these cooking tables, ovens, fridges, etc. We can store, instead of storing in chests, we can store them in the counters or the fridges. So we're going to make those maybe. Interesting. So let's see what the recipes are. The rest of these harvest levels, by the way, they're taking us towards, in fact, this one takes us towards cobalt. And of course, cobalt is only available in the Nether. So yeah, we can of course get to the Nether now. We have harvest level 6, and that gives you a flint and steel as a reward, which I've already taken. However, I'd rather get these other things done first and have a decent supply of food, maybe, or at least somewhere to store it. So cooking table, oven, fridge, kitchen counter. Let's take a look at that recipe. So can we bring that with kitchen? Yes, we can. Good. And can I? It doesn't seem to have the mod which lets me add a bookmarks. Yeah, never mind. So we're going to want terracotta, which is probably just cooked clay. Yes, it is. So that's 5. And we're going to need cooking for blockheads, which is a book. That needs us to get the recipe book itself, which is made with a couple of diamonds, handily. Some crafting tables, and a previous book. Can we not just craft this with any tier of book, or does it have to be 2? Has to be 2. So what do we get to number 1? That's just interchangeable. So we just need paper, string, or indeed leather. But we'd still need paper. Is there any other ways to craft paper? Sawdust. Can we make sawdust in any way other than the machine? Sawmill. That's not great. Can we get wood chippings, maybe? Nope. Pulp. Carpenter. Nope. Sawdust. Wood chippings. With a hammer. Fair enough. Didn't we have a hammer? I thought we got a hammer one of the previous rewards. Was a copper hammer? It was a copper hammer. So if I just put down a few of you. Let's see. I'm not going to do this anywhere near the house. Just in case. And yeah. Will you go into... No. What about if I just do 1 and don't hold down ore vein? Or excavation? Nope. Let's just have a look. Wood chippings. It's a different kind of hammer, isn't it? Yeah, so how about wooden hammer? That should be straightforward to make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We get a wooden hammer and some oak wood. And let's see how many chippings this makes. Assuming this works. Yep, there we go. 34. That should be more than enough for us to do stuff with. So we can use that to make paper with, well, just that on its own. Fine. Full stack of paper. String, we have the crops of cotton. Again, just break lots of stuff around. You'll get lots of different seeds. Cotton is one of them. And that's Pam's Harvest Craft. Can we get string? Is it 3? Yeah, it looks like 3 recipe. There we go. And then the final bits we can just get from a couple of you. And then we can make a book. Book recipe is those, so we don't actually need leather. And then let's go back to the kitchen and see what we need for those. So that book is just smelted to get cooking for blockheads. Okay, we have to burn the books to get knowledge apparently now. That's apparently how this pack works. Okay, let's just put some stuff away and put you back in here. All right, cooking for blockheads 1. So we need 2 diamonds. It's a good thing I didn't upgrade the, or make a block breaker. There we go. And what was the rest? 2 crafting stations, which is just wood. And we can get that. Already got some anyway. All right, cooking for blockheads. Number 2. Good. So then we just need some stone, and that is regular, I assume, not... Yeah, it's not cobblestone. And some terracotta. So that is presumably quite easy. Let's just combine some of this. Yep. And we'll smelt that up, and then we'll smelt up some cobblestone as well. Cobble can go in there. Clay can go in there. And we'll get some more sticks. I'm probably going to need to automate wood pretty quickly, I imagine. since we seem to be using up an awful lot of it. There we go. So that's the kitchen, the cooking table. The oven is a furnace, which I've got one here I can probably spare. Some, is this black stained glass? Does it have to be black? Can I not just use regular? Well, apparently, you know, you have your door with your smoked glass. I guess that's one way. How are we going to make that? Is that just chiseled in some way from regular glass? No. It's regular glass and black dye. And if that is, well, I suppose we can get it from ink sacks. I can go and hunt for those. That's not too terrible. We should probably think about a weapon of some sort before I do that. Is it dark out? It is dark out. All right, so let's just make the one of the first items first. And, oops, that's actually not the right place. Okay, so cooking table. I've just made a little sort of hearth area here. Maybe we want to put the fridges on the outsides, something like that. So let's put the cooking table there. Select an item on the right to see its recipe. So fruit salad, French fries, fruit, vegetable. I sort of could do with something in the vein of grain or something along those kind of lines. Let's take a look at, before we get to the oven, let's look at the fridge. Is just a chest and an iron door. That's actually pretty good because we need two of these. So we need two chests and iron doors. So if I just get some iron cooking up, do I have the ingot cast? Yes, I do. Put another pattern chest here just purely for casts rather than anything else. Okay, and then we want to cook up what, 6 iron? It's 12 iron. Yeah, it's gonna be 12 iron. Annoyingly, because these still don't double, but I want the food. It's in the basics category, so I'm just going to follow the quest guide there. So yeah, 1 kitchen counter will do. I'll probably have to pick it up again in a second. 2 fridges. Sorry, I did the cooking table. 2 fridges, a kitchen counter, and an oven. Oven's probably going to be last. It's just going to take me a while to wait for dawn. So kitchen counter then. Is the counter here? Yep. That's the same recipe, just with a chest. Okay, so these chests you can't make in the usual way. You have to make them with wooden tough tool rods, tinkers, and some buttons, which is just some stone from regular Minecraft. I'm running out of wood fairly quickly now. I've still got some in my inventory, but yeah, I'm going to need to get some more soon. Okay, and now I'm going to need 2 chests, aren't I? So let's just look for you. Regular chest. Let's just make all 3. And then that should be straightforward. So the cooking table, the fridge is the iron door. We need to get to that. And do I have enough terracotta and everything else? Let's take a look. 3. I'm going to need more. More wood. And again, the same thing here. Did these burn? No, unfortunately, no, they're not. Fine. Let's convert those over. And make some of those. So terracotta should be enough. I'll get the rest of them crafted now. It's going to mainly be waiting for this iron, I suspect. I'll just keep pushing that into there and filling it up with lava when I need to. And of course, we can just pour it straight out. I don't have any hoppers yet. Hoppers, amusingly enough, are not easily craftable. You need aluminium plate for hoppers, or iron plate. And that, I suppose, can we make a hammer? River cane, treated stick, regular stick. Yeah, we could make a hammer. That would make iron plates, which would let me make hoppers. So that is doable. In the meantime, however, I'll go make these doors and see you in a second. Okay, some black stained glass coming up then. I'm not sure how many we actually need. Let's just take a look. I did make the tool racks, which was just iron nuggets, so nothing excessive in there. We need 3 of these, and we get 8. So we need 1 ink sac. Good. I don't have to spend any more than that. And that means I'm going to need 1 furnace and 5 iron ingots. I did make 3 iron doors from 1 batch, so I have some extra iron in here. 2 ingots. In fact, I am going to need the ingot cast, so let's just put that back in. And do I have any more iron? I guess I'm just going to have to cook up a couple more. Well, at least one more. What was it again? 5? Yeah, I'm going to have to cook up more than one. There we go. And let's grab a little bit more. Okay, so we should be able to assemble this. Let's take this furnace out. Whoops, not my stone sword. It's not terribly effective, but it's good enough to get started with. And there's the furnace. There's a couple of iron, and we just need the smoked glass across the top. So just 3 iron ingots to go. And that should be ready shortly. There we go. That's a multi-block oven, well, kitchen. And it's already counted the rest, thankfully. But we should just be able to go and put everything down, I would have thought. So why don't we put the oven in the middle? Where's my oven? I assume this doesn't need much power. Hopefully none at all. And then kitchen counter on that side. And then we got 2 fridges. So we can put those in the end blocks. And the same thing with the tool racks. So 1, 2. And now everything should be connected. Yeah, we can choose what we actually want. So I've got some raw beef, so it's suggesting it can make steak for me, French fries and stock. We can put stuff in the fridges. So why don't I just go and basically grab everything we've got in here that looks vaguely food-like, and we can put those in place. So some of these may be seeds as well. Let's put them, as many of them in as we can, and we'll see where we get to. And I also created the tools as well. So we've got a mixing bowl, a juicer, and mortar and pestle. They're all just sticks and rock. There's nothing really too much to be worried about. Will they store on here? It looks like they will. And there. Okay, so we can select a recipe. We've got all various things like apple juice, and it has access to the juicer. And that's generally pretty good by comparison to just apples themselves. But in this pack, let's have a look. We get more saturation out of it, but less actual hunger. That's fine. And there's carrot juice, and that's pretty much the same thing. However, if we resort by hunger restored, we can look at obviously the pork chops and stuff like that. They're all going to do much better for us. And indeed, the baked potato is actually pretty good as well. However, a lot of these are, protein or vegetable. Lamb kebab has actually both, but requires a cutting board as well. So I need to go and grab some more tools to get some of these going. Pinkle, that actually not yet eaten. What does it taste like? Well, it's raw pork chop, wheat, and onion. Grilled skewers, etc., etc. So for now, we can get away with something simple like, the various juices, but later on, we're going to want to craft meals. However, we now have this whole setup, and we can just use these as chests, essentially, to put our stuff into and craft stuff out of. Pretty good by me. And then there is a cooking oven here as well. Fine. So, where do we go from here? This is this complete. And we get a choice of loot chests. It shouldn't matter which one I choose. So let's go for and see what we get. A Fossic Resonator. That's actual sorcery. I assume we don't actually need that for quite a while. So let's pop you in there. And that takes us to cow in a jar. A milk jar and an anvil. Okay. So milk jar then. I assume that's just lots of glass, which we have. Milk jar. Okay, a bucket of milk, some wood, and does it have to be lime again? This pack is just choosing arbitrary things. So, how do we actually get milk other than go and grab a cow? Is it just a regular thing? You don't have to do anything special? Okay, let's go and grab bucket and head for a cow then. Is it dark? It is dark. Fine, we'll wait till morning and do that. Apparently this can be any glass, so I will just use regular glass to make the milk jar. And yeah, I did actually kill a zombie and get a pair of nanosuit boots. I don't know why. I mean, we can't charge them at all, but more protection than the base sort of leather boots, I guess. So I'll take it. Apparently we get even quantum suit stuff from mob farms. So yeah, we might want to do that at some point. And then we want the cow in a jar. Anvil, milk jar. Okay, let's just see about that. So we need to make the anvil. That needs a lot of iron. Yes, so I'm going to need 27, 31 iron. How much iron do I have? I do have enough. It's perhaps a bit wasteful until we get doubling, but yep, I will get to that and we'll build an anvil. All right, so now we have our anvil, and that means we should get the quest. I would have to choose one of these three things. I'm not going to choose for now. I would normally go for a loot chest, and in fact, I'm not going to need a spawn cow. I think I'm going to go and see if we can find one. And I seem to remember there are a few of them around over here, but not that way. Yes, let's wait for our friend to catch up, and then hopefully he don't kill us. Oh, hi. There we go. What did we get? Some inferior essence and some gunpowder. Fair enough. Not gonna need those. Let's head over here, see if we can find a cow. I think I spy one through the trees there. Yes. So we sort of need a cow, and we need to be standing in a certain spot. If you haven't seen this before, this should be interesting. So let's go and put our milk jar down, and let's go and just sort of surround this cow, so they can only go one way. Go in there. Go on. Okay. Okay, our cow is in position. There he goes. And why don't you just put an anvil up here? Oh, I love cows in jars. Yep, cow in a jar. Let's pick that up. And we now have essentially regenerating milk. It just sort of builds up in there with the cow. And there it is. A little cow. Slowly, well, I guess the tank is filling up with its own milk. I'm not sure how that's healthy for the cow, but yeah, it stores up to 8 buckets of milk, so that should be available. And then, of course, we can just then select recipes here. So if I want apple juice, is there anything with milk? I don't think there is. Let's just see what gets used up by milk. Yorkshire pudding, which we can't make yet. Is there anything that's obvious? No, I don't think so. At least not yet. So let's just tell it to make mutton. So if I click there, it should start transferring over to our oven, and that will cook up it will cook up multiple things at once, which is pretty good. There we go, and we have a supply of mutton. Not from the cow. That's lamb, unfortunately, not beef. However, yeah, we should just be able to grab milk whenever we want. So that's the food all sorted, or at least so far so good. We'll have to get more of that on as we go through things. And we get an anvil as well, and that's slightly damaged. Well, I guess you got to take sacrifices sometimes. All right. And now that we have some food for options, I'm going to get down into here, pick a suitable place. This seems okay for us to build a nether portal. Let's get rid of a couple of these things, and why don't we build it? Yeah, as around about here should do. So we'll build a 10 version rather than the larger version. It just means I have to build less. So let's just put it into the floor. And 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3. And let's go and see what our particular nether spawn has in store for us. There we go. 1 nether portal. And did we have any kind of quest around here for this? Just the harvest one, I think. So let's go through and take a look. I'm going to message saying you visited the Nether. I don't really have anything to do in here right now, although we are on soul sand, so that's going to be a bit annoying. Ah, brambles. Brambles from biomes are plenty. So yeah, it's pretty dark down here, but we have visited the Nether, and we can have a look. There's some ardite up there, and there is some nether quartz around. So can I just put some torches down maybe? And that looks like lava coming down here. Hopefully it won't flow too far. Please get rid of with a... Yeah, we'll get rid of them much faster with a mattock. And head over this way. Is there anything other... Well, maybe you can't see because it's a little bit dark, but there is an ardite there that we can actually grab. If indeed we can actually grab ardite until we get cobalt. Depends how much we're gated by this, but of course we can, or should be able to. Yep, we can get nether quartz. There is perhaps another way to get that from overworld ores, but for now, that means I can get some other recipes going. So we've got our nether started, and there's some glowstone over there for us to go through and take a look at. But this will bring us to the end of the episode. Next episode, hopefully, I was going to get some machines in this episode, but I actually just needed to get a food source. Just with that, a bit nervous about that nutrient mod. There we go. And let's head up here a little bit. Let's go this way. And yeah, why not take some glowstone with me as well? Not sure how many I'm going to need, but I'm going to leave some behind. And especially need the lava. And we'll just be able to take some with us. So I will see you next episode, hopefully, for some more Enigmatica 2, when hopefully we will get into machines. And now that we've got some food sources, and then we will see where we get to. Of course, it is an expert pack, so lots of stuff to do. Ow! Okay. Feel free to give the episode a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe, share as you normally would, and of course leave comments for other people. With an expert mode pack, there will be lots and lots of tips that lots of people will have. One of the things I will leave you with is that you should be crafting is time in a bottle. If you don't know what that is, diamonds, clocks, all stuff we can actually get once I find some more diamonds, and that's accumulating time in your inventory, and you can use that to speed up machines. No ones of acceleration, unfortunately. Anyway, I'll leave you with that and see you next episode. As always, guys, thanks for watching.